So it's actually been a couple days since the trailer came out, but I brought Bushando64 along to talk about the Pokemon Direct. How you doing,
Hey,
buddy?
what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Bushando64, twitch.tv slash
Links in the
Bushando.
description.
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Pikanjo? How are you doing?
Hey. So we actually both watched this live via Twitch, because we're both at work, so don't tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly I feel pretty hyped after this Direct. How do you feel?
I am more excited about it now than the first time because with the initial reveal for me, I was not excited. It didn't show me anything to get me excited about it, which I know it was like a couple minutes, but I don't know. I feel like I was much more excited for Gen 7, but now that this trailer came or this whole Direct thing came out, I am more excited than I was for sure.
I guess I was. I mean, I was always happy to see what was going to happen with essentially a console game, even though the Switch is a console and a handheld at the same time. But it does look like an HD kind of game you'd find on the now Switch.
See, that was my first issue with the game in general. Apparently, behind the scenes, they upscaled the graphics a little bit since the first trailer, like the initial reveal. But I feel like it needs to look better. Like, it looks great. It's just, if on the Switch, though, it looks less than Odyssey, less than Breath of the Wild. I don't know. Something about it is just
Especially
like,
with
it
Breath
seems...
of the Wild, that's more like shading as well.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, it's even more stylized, like Breath of the Wild. It, for some reason, it looks not as polished. But, I mean, obviously, the game's not out yet, but...
Right, there's still a lot of time now that we actually have the
Yeah.
release date of November. It's
Yep.
going to be crazy. Let's see, what are the first few things that come to mind? Well, I really enjoyed the music. I love that Brand New World song that they used, and that really got me going.
It definitely felt like the Pokemon anime, for sure.
Oh yeah,
I was listening to it and I was like, oh my god, this is like,
yeah. New World's a pretty common theme for them when they do more Pokemon.
yeah. It's I'm pretty sure most, if not all of the anime openings are that.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm thinking back to the Johto
Well, like,
one
I mean, it was
particularly.
alright. It felt like Sonic the Hedgehog, which I don't dislike Sonic the Hedgehog's music. It's just it felt very corny in a good way to
Right.
me. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, really.
Well, now that we're apparently going to have free range camera. That sounds nuts. What do you think?
It's about time. It's
Yes.
2019, and the fact that we haven't yet, even with the 3DS, even on the new 3DS with the second stick, I was surprised that Gen 7 didn't have something like that. But again, it's time. It's on console. If it doesn't, the problem is though, is that it doesn't for the whole game. It's just for the wild areas, which I don't understand why. But okay, I guess I don't know.
To me, they might just be trying to ease into, well, considering how big I think that makes this game feel, especially like how Breath of the Wild was just enormous compared to previous games.
Yeah,
It's
but
like, well, we're not sure. I mean, I could just see there being like I mean, I still do that with old Pokemon games. To go back and like, wow, I missed this item entirely. Even with the fixed camera.
yeah, that's the other thing is, again, you're gonna be hearing me say this a lot, but it is 2019. Pokemon has never been an innovator as far as I'm concerned. They've always like done stuff a step behind other games, which is not, again, it's not terrible, but like you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh man, you can move the camera however you want, and I'm like, I could almost do that on the Nintendo 64 in 1996, and they are letting me just do this now in Pokemon in 2019, and not all over the place.
Well, might just be, I hate to say, sometimes the limitations of what they have, but as you said, the
Yeah.
64 and the GameCube even, I'm just thinking back to like Metroid. Like, yeah, there's kind of a big. They could have done something similar to that. I don't know about some of those other games like. I cannot think of the Pokemon game on like the GameCube.
Oh, like Coliseum or XD.
Gale of Darkness or the.
Yep.
Just the. I don't think there was any camera.
There was
freestyle
not
there.
at all. It was fixed. It was also fixed.
I never
It was a
pla-
little more
I think I
dynamic,
played the
but you couldn't
Coliseum
control
one,
it.
and gosh, it got a little boring. It sounds a little
Yeah.
weird. Somebody who plays Pokemon every couple of years it comes out, but yeah.
Yep. Well, see, that's the thing. Even when I was streaming XD recently on Twitch, and I was like, this game is way more boring than I remember. And I was like, oh, I used to love this game too. What happened? I don't understand. But I mean, again, it's one of those things where, like I was saying, Pokemon just does things sometimes that are behind everyone else, and they can kind of get away with it because of the brand, but like it's getting to a point where
too many other games trying to do this. It seems like there might finally be some other games trying to catch up to it. The one I think of is like Yokai Watch, but I don't play any of that.
That too. That I have not played any of those games, but I've been hearing that they're basically as good, and they just started coming out recently.
Based off of those kind of spirits and animals. It's like, well,
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like, oh, okay, let me just go back to playing Pokemon. I guess we'll have to dress the giant Raichu in the room with Dynamaxing. It looks like what it will be replacing, at least for this generation's kind of like Mega Evolution or Z move. I think it caught everybody else by surprise because I remember hearing about all these supposed leaks of armored battles. Honestly, I didn't know what to make of that, and I'm kind of glad that's not where we're going with it. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay, so I know this is going to sound like I'm a horrible pessimist, but I did enjoy this trailer more than I did the first one. But to me, Dynamaxing is like an inferior version of mixing Mega Evolution and Z Crystals together. Mm-hmm. Because like for Dynamaxing, you do get the super moves, and that's fine. But you only get to use them for 3 turns, and you only get to Dynamax for 3 turns, once per battle. So it seems to me like, I don't know if there's a limit on what can Dynamax or when, but it sounds to me like it's a limited Mega Evolution that you can only use once, and it's also a Z Crystal that you can use technically a couple times, but like, why wouldn't...
I guess I don't know if Pokemon's holding the item or if it's something just on your side.
Yeah, and then if it's like that, if we have a situation like Mega Rayquaza, which you can just make it Mega Evolve and hold a Life Orb, and it gets banned instantly from everything because it's way too powerful.
Primal Groudon myself.
Or even the Primals, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, it seems like they smashed the 2 most recent mechanics together, and I don't understand it. When I saw it, I was like, what is this? This is insane. But when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? They already did this like twice. It's like the same thing again. Well, but I mean, it's not like a big deal. It's interesting. Well, yeah, I love the idea that you can use it in the wild area for raid battles.
Yeah, that's speaking of that wild area, that's just...
The wild area is
like based
all
on
I've ever wanted.
The day, it might change, but I wonder if that means... I mean, it's got to be more than one wild area, but...
Yeah, the way I'm assuming is either there's just one giant open area or there's going to be a few of them. And it's literally all I've ever wanted for Pokemon. It's the open world, it's the running around, move the camera, and Pokemon just show up on the overworld. Like, depending on what the weather is. I believe they said time of day, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But they did say location-based. They said weather-based. Pokemon will just pop up.
Sounds great. Like, I wonder if they actually would have the majority of the Pokedex in this game or not. But because based on the day or the region, I can see there being some Pokemon. I'm not talking like legendaries, but I mean ones that are kind of more to the region, like say Furfro. But
it looked like in the
or Cutie Flat. It's more Alola.
In the Direct, it looked like it was just a bunch of different generations, because I think, including Gen 8 stuff that they introduced, they had, I know I saw Tyranitar, Hippopotas was there.
I saw Melodic, yeah.
Yeah, Melodic was in the water. Like, it looks like they're pulling from a lot of gens, which is like a double-edged sword, because I do understand that they wanted people to recognize some Pokemon, but to me, the black and white method of just having new stuff for most of the game, I just really, really, really liked that a lot, and I wish they did that more than once, because I thought it was really cool, but, I mean, you can't have everything. But no. I'll ask for it, because I want it.
And it's not terribly clear, but there looks like there will be wild encounters and, what do you call those encounters in Let's Go?
Overworld. Yeah, so initially in the first trailer that we saw, there were no Overworld Pokemon, and I was livid.
Yes.
I was so mad. I was like, listen, if you're really going to take out the best part of Pokemon Let's Go, where you could just see the Pokemon on the map at all times, then what's the point? I don't understand. And then this Direct comes out, and apparently it's going to be both. So, like, it seems to me like rare encounters are going to be, like, not randomized, but, like, you can sneak up on them, like in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
From, like, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire kind of in there, too.
Because I guess it'll be like that, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's way, way better. Because that was like my favorite part of Let's Go, was just the fact that you could literally run into a Pokemon.
It's always nice little quality of life upgrade every time here.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's so much better because as I've been doing shiny hunting and whatnot, like everything that you've shown me how to do, it's like, wouldn't it be so much easier if like in Let's Go you could just see it as opposed to like sitting there for 5 hours and being like,
Randomly,
where
right?
is this
Yeah.
thing?
And use your lures, I guess, they have in Let's Go. Help with those
Exactly.
rarer encounters, which I do like. What I don't like in Let's Go is how you catch them. I'm not very thrilled with the throwing the ball mechanic, mostly because if I run into that shiny, I'm so concerned,
It just yeah.
and that's why, especially with I like to paralyze them or quick ball them. Just those other quality
Standard.
of life
Yeah, no, you're
things.
right.
So I'm hoping that's still a way to catch them. I can see both happening, and well, especially since the popularity of Let's Go and obviously some Pokemon Go aspects are in here too. It should just bring in a bunch more people, and I hope that we're kind of doing all of this together in the game.
Yeah. Well, for as far as I'm concerned, is the for catching them like in Let's Go, I liked it aside from the fact that you didn't see if they did it like they did for the legendary birds and Mewtwo, where you actually had to defeat them in battle and then you get to catch them.
Yeah, that
Like the fancy way, that makes sense to me.
yes. I
But
guess I forgot. Haven't done much of those.
yeah,
I
well, that's the thing is I feel like most people just didn't because the game is very bare bones for the most part.
right.
Doesn't really doesn't really
well,
do much, but
Probably like we're not sure how this is gonna go, so let's try it. Hey, they like it. Let's put some money in this.
exactly. But yeah, I mean, as far as that's concerned, it's just, I don't know. I like the fact that they're trying to make it more realistic, right? With still being a video game. And I can appreciate that. But like, obviously there are limits, like you were saying with the whole, if you just run up to a Pokemon and throw a Pokeball at it, that kind of takes out the strategy, kind of. And
Well,
it's just kind of like
yeah.
you're literally pretending to throw a ball. And it's
I
like,
do
it's
like
not
the
as
throwing the
engaging,
ball
I feel
aspect.
like.
It was just the non-secure way of making sure you can catch it. Because I'm thinking back to like gold, silver, crystal days where you're just throwing Pokeballs all the time, trying to catch a legendary before you save before you battle them
Exactly.
because you may not catch it.
Yeah.
And yes, I understand that. I mean, it's not supposed to be like, oh, that was easy to catch, and takes the thrill out of it. Takes the what should be some good strategy, but we can figure it out and we can do it. I just don't want to lose some of that we've crafted so hard to be able to catch.
Yeah.
Didn't see in the trailer, but I checked it on the website that I mentioned before. Like, I don't know how they're gonna top the Rotom decks. Oh look, Rotom phone.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that until after either. I was like, oh my god, it's
And I
a
was like,
phone. That makes sense.
I mean,
It's 2019.
There's an app for that. We'll just do it this way.
Exactly.
So I thought that was cool too. The Rotom. It's funny how this Pokemon we were living in a Pokemon world.
Rotom has risen from the ashes, and like he became like the sort of interesting ghost that can turn into a washing machine and shit. And then like all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere and he's like, no, now I'm a key item all the time. Like, oh, okay, cool. I don't think many people remembered that you were a Pokemon, but I'm glad you finally have a reason to exist. That's exciting.
I don't believe there is something like this in Let's Go. But I was thinking back in previous games where, like, say, in second generation where you had a phone, old players would contact you and do rebattle. So I'm hoping that maybe the phone does that sort of aspect here too, because sometimes, especially when we're trying to level up and stuff, I mean, they made it a lot easier now than those generations. But now,
Yeah, that
maybe
would
we
also
can
be
battle
nice.
old allies or friends like that. And what is it, the versus recorder? I might have the right.
I think so. I
Item?
think that's what. Yeah, that was in Gen 3, but I think
Yeah,
it was
that one. But I'm just thinking, kind of select few in the second generation with the phone. Like, hey, my Rattata is ready to go.
Exactly. Like, oh man, a bunch of stupid Hoppip just showed up. Like, oh thanks for giving me a phone call for that. Appreciate it.
And what do you think of the legendaries that they showed?
I strongly dislike them,
Oh, okay.
to be honest with you. I don't want to say hate because that's like a super strong feeling. So I'm like, I thought about it and I was like, you know what? First of all, not only do these Pokemon look identical, like they're literally just two blue wolves covered in. One has a sword, and that's all right, cool. One is a shield face. I'm like, all right. I mean, sword and shield. I guess that makes sense. But I'm looking at them, and I'm like, they are literally the same creature. and I'm sitting there and I'm like, they don't feel like they're legendary beasts either. I don't know if that's just me, but like they just kind of seem like they're the kind of Pokemon that wouldn't evolve, right? They're kind of like, they feel like the Magmar and the Scyther to me. Well, before Scizor and Magmortar, but like they kind of feel like they just exist. I don't know. I don't know what they do yet, so that might change how I feel about them, but the way they look, I don't like at all. Honestly, I don't care for it. And apparently, come to find out, a lot of people were telling me the sword legendary looks like one of the bosses from Dark Souls, who is a wolf with a sword. So that's neat. I learned something about that the other day. That's cool.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm not crazy about it.
Designing the Pokemon, like, oh yeah, I mean, like Dark Souls. Oh,
yeah,
no,
I mean,
yeah,
right, exactly.
Checking my I mean, from what I've seen, it seems to go back to a lot of source material for stuff that kind of comes from Kalos, which they used about a bunch of Norse mythology for that as well. And, and I could say here too. I guess I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm indifferent. I kind of like them, but it's like I have to see what they do. I'm a little more curious on their typings, which are not quite telling us. I have a feeling Steel is somewhere in there.
If it's not Steel, I'm gonna be real confused.
Yeah, but like, what would it be? I mean,
that's what Swords and Shields are.
Could just be pure Steel. What haven't we talked about yet? Well, there were a few new Pokemon that took the internet by storm.
There was one in particular that definitely did. I know that.
Oh, I think Wooloo stole everyone's heart.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's all I've been seeing on Twitter and like everywhere.
Yes.
Everyone loves the sheep.
Yes, Wooloo.
Problem is with me though is there is a sheep already, and I know there's more than one sheep like in real life, but it's almost. I was
trying to think in Pokemon World. Well, the only line I could think of was Mareep. So. Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like they're both sheep. They don't really. I mean, not that they need to be overly designed, but to me, it's just like they're just sheep.
They're just sheep.
They sure are. Yep.
Yep.
Everyone kept telling me though. Everyone kept tagging me on Twitter. It's like, do you see this sheep's hair? It looks like Lily. I'm like, I know. Stop. I'm aware.
I didn't even think of that part.
I love it.
Of Lily.
I'm aware. I saw it. I was there. But yeah, there was Wooloo. There was what else was there? A Dreadnought. Turtle Boy.
That looked interesting. But another
looks huge and
rock water, which I know a lot of Pokemon with that typing just don't typically fare so well.
Yeah, it's not
so many weaknesses. It's like Kabutops. You wanna use it like, oh no, he's dead.
Basically, he's all right. I mean, it looks like a turtle. It's I don't know what kind of turtle it's supposed to be, but it sure looks like a turtle.
I'm more curious to see what big tooth fossil mon it turns into.
Right? Yeah, I was like, I would really hope that it evolves because otherwise it's a turtle.
I don't know if that Gossifer and Eldgoss. I would almost guess it's gonna have a third evolution, but I don't know if we're going like the Hoppip route. We're gonna have another flying grass happen.
That's the thing because it's just neutral grass right now, isn't it? I thought.
As far as I know,
it's just a grass type right now, and I'm like, okay. It's and that was also the first thing I thought too. I was like, it sure is just a grass Hoppip.
Well, right. So far, cool. I mean, it might.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it have the levitate ability. That'd be cool.
Kind of so apparently what it has right now.
It doesn't seem to really float just yet, but it's.
Yeah. It's gonna probably. I mean, it's made of cotton.
We have Corviknight too. That was interesting to see. Another steel flying type we have going.
I did not realize until I went on the website that it was steel type.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell what the hell type it was. I was like, what is this? Why is he like black?
Dark steel.
I was like, oh, it's because he's literally wearing armor. Okay.
Never more. Makes sense.
Yeah. That was the other thing too. I was like, oh, nice. Good. I love classic literature. It's amazing.
Something they didn't touch on, but based on what I was seeing when they did those raid battles, was the customization. So I'm hoping there's still plenty of that to do.
Oh my god, there better be. That was my literal favorite part of Gen 6 and 7.
Yeah, I do
was being able to pick my outfit and stuff. Cut my hair. It was great. I loved it.
Yes, cut my hair. Put on different clothes. Based on the version you get is what kind of clothes you can get. You can't get the other kind. It's like, come on.
Is that a thing in this game?
In Sun and Moon it was. Like, I can't get purple or blue.
I didn't even know that.
Depending on the shirt, something blue like that.
What? Yeah. That's so dumb.
And I think, and mostly it's like the shades. Like, I can't get blue shades. I have to deal with every other color.
That's so weird. I didn't even know that. What the hell, Pokemon? Yeah. It's 2019.
It's 2019.
And I can't wear a purple shirt.
Let them be purple and blue. far as I know, that's about everything. I am pretty happy about it. Anything I might have missed you want to talk about?
I mean, there are the characters, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I forgot what kind of eyes you mentioned that Milo had. Like
Oh, he has the
eyes.
same exact eyes as Silent from Gen 5, the grass waiter.
I was thinking of Lana from...
Also, yeah, also Lana.
There probably was a name for those kind of eyes.
I don't
even
understand
know.
the trend, or if it's like a new thing, or if it's, I don't get it. But if you can't just like slap pupils on a face.
Well, it
to
makes me
me.
think of
Like,
the
what-
Superman animated series with how some eyes are just on the
They're just
face
black,
and other people have
They
full
just have
white
actual
eyes, you know?
eyes. It's crazy. And then
It's
like
I don't
even
know,
with the
it's
main
a
characters,
stylized look, I guess.
the main characters, they have like too much white in their eyes. Like it's that weird. Gen 5 did a lot of really weird art things, and they're still here. Like as of
And they're
today,
still here.
like if you look at the main characters and their eyes, like there's just too much white going on. It's like a void. Just an empty. I don't know. That's just me though. That's like a personal gripe. It's not really like it's not a bad thing, but
I guess I like that they're trying a few different things. We know that's been around apparently a while.
yeah. We got a new female professor.
Oh yes. Oh, I didn't
it's about
I didn't
time.
even
I'm
mention
glad.
her and her granddaughter. We got
Let me tell you, Sonya saved Pokemon Sun and Moon. Oh my God, Sun and Moon saved all freaking Sword and Shield for me. She's great. I don't even know what her personality is, but I can tell you right now, I like
based
her
on her
design.
hair. Looks good.
Exactly. Doesn't take much. Listen, that's all it takes for me. It's fine.
So that's fine. Oh yeah. I had this idea that I wanted to say that they're related to Juniper, but
I mean, maybe it's.
I mean,
I wouldn't be
nothing
surprised.
has been concrete on that. It also goes with like the champion. What's his name?
Leon.
Leon. Oh yeah, great Leon.
Yep.
He looks similar to Iris from Gen 5, so it made me think maybe they're related. It'd be cool if there was some of these connections like that.
The way he looks to me is he feels like over-designed a little bit.
Really? I thought he.
A little
It's funny
bit.
that I
I
didn't
mean,
even notice his crown was a hat until.
Yeah, he's got like a snapback on, which is like a crown too, and then he's got a cape over his football uniform, and I'm like, what are you trying to do? I don't understand.
I am king.
I'm king of soccer. Wow, good. I guess cool.
Overly designed. I don't know. I thought I looked fine.
I mean, it's fine. I'm not I'm not upset about it or anything, but it just to me, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, he could probably do with a little bit less going on. But I think he's not terrible. He's not like well, I'll say most of the other characters, to be honest with you. And then he's got a little brother, and he's your rival apparently.
Oh yeah, rivals are always a little contested depending on who's playing. Like if you, I don't know, is that fine line between jerk and too helpful kind of a.
Yeah, I
And
really
don't have any
really
problems with
hope
the rivals
that
myself though.
in this game
What'd you
there
think
is
of-
not the issue that we have had in the past where there are too many friends or rivals or whatever. Please don't. There's enough of that.
And
Gen 5 started this terrible trend where you had like 19 friends and they would fight you after everything that you do in the game. And then Gen 6 was worse because they added like 40 more. And I'm like, why? Why are these people like this? I don't understand.
what did you think of How?
How's fine. I did not have a problem with How. But see, that was the thing too. How was the only one that would like fight you, right? He was like the only other... He was the only actual rival, and then all the other characters were just like also characters. That's fine. But
Yeah,
like,
they were the.
I don't know. Like Gen 6 had like Tierno and the freaking the kid with the helmet hair whose name escapes me. And then there was freaking Callum or Serena if you're the boy or the girl. There's also Shauna. And then
Trina
I was like, oh my
Shauna,
God,
who was
dude.
like, who am I
So
talking
many
to?
characters.
At first, when they
Exactly.
were
Like, who
so
cares?
close.
Yeah, like, why are you important? You're not.
Oh.
Is the answer.
They haven't shown off like an evil team or anything, which they don't need to have, but
Yeah, that was the other thing too.
I'm not sure.
I
I mean,
mean,
who
I
knows?
personally wouldn't be surprised if it was the Lion Man. Leon. I forgot his name. I remember him because he's like a lion.
oh,
That's why
I
I
see.
remember him. But I feel like he might not be very nice.
Oh,
I was joking when I was watching the trailer, and I was like, you know what? I watch him be like,
be the villain.
watch him abandon his younger brother, and that's like the whole
Oh,
plot.
oh.
It's like he's just mean to his brother. Like, oh, that would be so bad.
would be so bad.
But it would follow the trend of Lily and Gladion with their whole crazy family
The
dynamic
whole
too.
family's not so great. I am excited for it, and let's see what they show us next. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
there
was
is
hearing
any
rumors that
E3 stuff.
apparently August might be the next time we get a direct for Pokemon
Okay.
again.
Well, we didn't get anything for a while, and it's kind of like Animal
Yeah.
Crossing. We're starting to get a little worried.
Right?
But of course, we got E3 coming, and I mean, they might have tried. Oh yeah, we're just going to drop other things like the next. I kind of expected them to show the next evolution of the starters, but this was enough so far.
Yeah, I would say I don't want too much info because
Yeah,
something they've been doing with
it's
the last couple of games is telling people way too much, and then it's like there's no mystery to the games. It's like
something
you
with
kind of
Smash
already know
Brothers. They
everything.
kind of had to just so, which I didn't like either, but that's just so to get as many people as possible to play the game.
Yeah,
Much like how Zelda is a niche, Pokemon's kind of another niche that just, of course, it's the most profitable one they have. As
it
you
sure
told me.
is. It's it's officially the most valuable series that they have right now in regards to everything.
Mario
It's
is number
crazy.
two.
Yeah, Mario is second. If they started using Pikachu tomorrow as their mascot, I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, I think that's all we can think of for now. Anything else you want to say?
Uh, no, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, E3 is literally right around the corner. Nintendo's conference is on Tuesday.
Ugh,
This coming Tuesday. I think was it the 11th, 12th? I
I
don't.
doubt I'll watch any of this live, but yeah, we'll just have to see what they do.
So that's something to be excited about.
All right, trainers. See you later. Bye.
Bye.